Did it put us back on the same thing, or is it a brand new?
We're new. They're going to have to move over to here. Let's give it a second. We're live. We're live. All right, guys. For you guys coming back over here, sorry about that. I don't know why we just locked out. We froze up. We're going to do this as the best we can for as long as we can here for a while. I don't know what happened. It just the whole computer and everything locked up, and we just stopped. And I could not unfreeze it. The only thing I could do was back out and try again. So.
Did you forget to pay the internet bill?
No, we paid the internet bill. That's not a problem. So. It's probably time for a new laptop. Pardon me, guys. It's probably time for a new laptop, but everything I use every single day is on this laptop for the lot, and I don't want to set up another laptop. So I haven't changed it out. So.
Do you ever do full tractor restorations?
I haven't in a while. I usually just do. I like them in their work clothes. I mean, I did do a. We did do a VAC, complete restoration on a VAC, but I haven't in a while. And I'm going to let out a secret. I bought an L case on accident on an auction time auction. So I'm thinking that one, it's a 37, so I'm thinking that one might be a good complete restoration tractor. So, well, I'll let you guys get the numbers back up here. Again, guys, I'm really sorry about that. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. I don't know if I'm going to be able to bring it back up again if it happens, so.
Why, yes, we can. They will like us to paint Doc's nose red.
No. The doc was not amused with that, so. But, yeah, anyways.
If you get water in your tractor, is the motor done?
Doc?
Not really. It depends on actually how long it's kind of been there. I mean, if you've noticed it before it got to the point of maybe of causing corrosion in like the cylinders or whatever, and then that's not too hard to get rid of that. I mean, we've had a couple of videos that show you how to get stuff on stock again. So
Yeah.
and it just kind of from there you need to figure out why you're doing that is to figure out how that water got to where it got into. So.
Or you could just put the whole motor in a bag of rice and it would soak it up. Yeah. Okay. Any tip? Okay. Just got the engine, a diesel engine out of my 75 John Deere 410 loader backhoe for a complete rebuild. Any tips besides sell it and buy anything else but a John Deere?
Well, old-fashioned farmer. I watched a video on that a little. Well, I'll be honest with you. I made it halfway through, and then I got busy and had to stop. But, Case makes a really fine backhoe loader.
Oh, any experience with the Leyland tractors? I acquired a Leyland 384 diesel and curious about things to look out for with this 50-year-old tractor.
I have not, and I've always kind of wanted to get one on the lot, and I have never had one. And I'd like to do a video on them because if you all notice, I'm kind of on a British kick here recently with the top 10 David Brown. And Dana, you can take the antlers off.
I'm starting to get a headache.
The top they threw me off my thought process there. Yeah, with top 10 David Brown tractors, and then we did the English Fergie and et cetera, et cetera. So I've been kind of on an English kick anyway. So, no, I haven't had any experience with those. Dan, have you ever worked on one of those when you're in Hutch and stuff? A Leyland?
No, I
No.
is it only thing what we would call foreign from here would be worked on 890 David Brown.
That was it. And then we got that 890 coming in that you got to rebuild an power steering pump because they don't make power steering pumps for them anymore.
Does the Ford 9N have an emergency brake, or can one be made?
They have just your standard brakes, and they do have a brake lock, right?
Yeah.
But no, not so much emergency brake as so much, so. And I don't know if you can make one or if there's someone that makes an aftermarket version. We're in Kansas and everything's flat here. You really don't need to worry about hills and stuff. I ran a 930 case on the farm for 20 years, and Dad never had the brakes working on that thing. It came to the farm with no brakes, so we weren't worried about it. Everything's flat.
What's the biggest tractor you have?
Well, right now on the lot is the 46 or the 36 or 36.
3466.
Yeah, what he said. We got an 880 versatile, and then I have something very special that'll be coming up in a video here pretty soon. That's pretty good size.
Who has a bigger tractor than Dave? Anybody? Anybody?
Anybody out there? But so. Well, okay, so we've made it back up to about 20 people. So something else I want to talk to you guys real quick why the numbers are growing. So we now got the channel set up to where you could become members, and yes, it does cost to become members, but there's a lot of special perks that come along with it. And I was thinking, we were talking about this with Dan. I was talking to Dan about this the other day. I'm thinking what we're going to start doing is one of the perks you get is a monthly live stream. And I think instead of having this style live stream, what we might do is once a month, I'm going to go ahead and just set this up out in the shop with why we're working on a tractor and bring you guys along with us. And that way you guys will be right there as we're working on something new. You'll be one of the first people to see it and first people to know that what's going on with that tractor. So, but that's going to be one of the newest perks to becoming a member to the channel, and I'll announce that again a couple more times and maybe one time in a video for everybody. But that's something that you now get as will now be getting as a member of the channel. So, but
Merry Christmas. What's your thoughts on Chinese-made tractor tires? Hi, Joyce. Your mom's tuning in.
Yes, mom's tuning in.
Chinese-made tractor tires.
They'll do the trick. I mean, if you just remember what you bought, and they're gonna hold air. You're gonna be able to drive around on them. Just don't expect a whole lot out of them.
Could you please sing "She Thinks My Tractor's Sexy"?
No, that was you. You sing that.
Let's see here. 4 and 8N. What size brush hog will it pull without struggling to pull?
Depending on what your ground's like and how thick your grass and stuff is, but I would stick somewhere in between a 4 to 6 foot brush hog. If you're going to be mowing some very heavy, thick stuff, I would stay in the 5 to 4 foot range. I wouldn't get into a 6 foot. But if you're just keeping a pasture mowed that's usually mowed, definitely you'd be okay with a 6 footer. Don't get any bigger than that because it's just more than she can handle. So, Mr. Goodbliers came in. Very good. And have you been checking out Mr. Goodflyer's channel? Scott's left editing for him too, and he's gone in a whole new direction. And if you guys like old cars in junkyards, that's the channel for you.
Are Aiden's live PTO?
No.
What does that mean?
Live PTO, I'll explain it to you later. They are not live PTO.
Paid time off is PTO.
Yeah, is it? No, not on tractors.
What is PTO?
Power takeoff.
Oh, okay.
Remember, but
are you going to sleep? Oh,
hopefully not. He's got a lot to do.
That would be
I ain't letting him go to sleep anytime soon yet.
I'll be the first one to go to sleep.
Yeah. So, but anyhow, guys.
What's the first forward with live PTO?
Wouldn't that be the Workmaster Series? Or is it the NAA? The Jubilees?
I think if I'm remembering correctly, I think the late Jubilees and the 100 series.
The 100 series and the late Jubilees were the first that you could find power steering or not power takeoff on live power takeoff. So.
Robert, I'm sorry, I missed your question, Robert. Question before we lost connection. How many decades can you go back until the market for the equipment of that area no longer exists outside of restoration? How many decades can you go back until the market for the equipment of that area no longer exists outside of restoration?
I tell you what, I have a piece of equipment sitting on the lot right now. It is an old trip style lister. I will sell it. It's probably from the 30s, I would guess, but really equipment on the used side, really stuff from about the late 40s is about as far as you can go back before it becomes just stuff for restoration, stuff for collectors. Sometimes some pieces, are generational, like drag spring tooths or rotary hose or stuff like that. That it has a purpose, but like plows and discs and stuff. Gets to a point where it's just it doesn't fit. So I would say early 50s, late 40s is about as old as you can go before the equipment starts losing its usefulness as everyday equipment. I've never heard more.
Thanks for sticking up for me, man. Okay, do you have trucker hats? Dave? Do you have trucker hats? No trucker hats. Let's see. What equipment brands are not popular in our area around Rarest? Okay, I can't. Let's see here.
Guys, they're starting to come to. The questions are just moving way too.
I'm sorry.
You're okay, guys. Just if we miss your question, I am very sorry. It's just they're starting to come a little too fast. It's jumping big time, and we're missing stuff. So
no trucker hats. Okay, what equipment brands are not popular in our area?
In this area around here, Dutz Alice, Belarus, stuff that doesn't sell very well. I cannot give away a Zetter, but I mean, it won't stop me from trying to sell them. But and around here, here in the States, in a big part of the States, those are very hard things to sell.
Mostly around here.
I mean, really around here. So.
Can you run tubeless tires on the front of a Ford 9M?
If you can, I don't. You can try it. I don't know. I've never tried it. I've always, with the skinny little tires, always ran a tube. I don't know any other way. So I don't think a Jubilee had live PTO from factory, and I think you may be right. It might have been later before they did. So.
Oh. Learning to live, I thought you were all serious, and I'm all like, where's your question? But you're just, okay. Robert's question number 3. I know that Case 930 was your favorite. Do you see many row crop versions, especially tricycle versions in your area?
No, never. Never. I mean, you find general purpose, which is the adjustable front end, but like tricycle, never. Not in this area at all.
Mr. Good Pliers picked up a couple of Fraser garden tractors today with Joe Stutzman.
I smell a crossover video.
Oh, okay. This one says, Doc works with you. What does Angie do for a living when she is not your little helper? Well,
Raise your kids.
I'm a full-time mom.
So, yeah.
And I have 3 kids in homeschool. And that's just kind of what I do right now. Before the whole coronavirus, I worked at a major security company for over a decade. And then the virus hit and kind of a family change. And so I stay at home now. I'm pretty boring. That's why I come hang out with Dave every Friday night.
Yeah. Any tornadoes where we were? Oh yeah, there's been a few.
Dude, okay, God hates Oklahoma right now, not us. I mean, we really don't. We get tornado warnings and stuff, but
if you
it's not been real bad for a while.
It hasn't been a long while. If you look back in the early '90s, Heston, Kansas got hit, and that's only about
Andover too.
And Andover. So they're about the same distance. They're about 20 minutes away, or about 20 minutes away from where we are. I have before had my phone go off. There's a tornado, and I'm like, tornado, whatever. This is Kansas. I'm gonna go see. And I step up my front porch, and it's going across the field, across the road from me. And I'm like, oh crud! Maybe I better take this a little more seriously. But that's about it. So.
I've never been that close. I run for the basement.
Yeah, it doesn't take much and you're gone. So,
but in the city, the last time a major one hit the city, that had to have been over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Where it came into Wichita.
That's when it hit the base and stuff. Yeah.
Have you ever? Yeah, Greensburg was huge, right? Greensburg was really huge. And that's more than an hour. Is that about an hour away from Wichita? Yeah.
It's about an hour and a half drive. Yeah.
Have you ever had a tractor stolen?
I haven't ever had one stolen. I've had one attempted to be stolen. I closed for 2 weeks for Christmas and the New Year. It's just I'm closing. That's family time. But we closed, and when we came back, I had an 8-in Ford that they didn't understand how to start it. And they had tried to start it, and they had actually, on the starter, drove it out the middle of we have like a little drive-through. They drove it out in the street, and then so they screwed with the carburetor, and they took the adjuster needle thing out of it and stuff. So they tried to steal it. They didn't get very far. But I did have to have Doc fix the carburetor and stuff, and we got it back, got it back where it needed to be. But yeah, I've had someone try to steal one, but I've never actually had one stolen off the lot yet. Not good that never happens.
Have you ever had one stolen? How cool is it to be in the middle of the automotive YouTube mecca, surrounded by the Wizard, Hoovie, JR's garage, and visited by countless others? It's way cool.
No, it's pretty cool. I mean, Hoovie's a good guy, and Wizard's my partner and my friend when it comes to business and stuff, and just a good friend and stuff. I knew Wizard way before he opened Omega.
And he's a good person.
And he's a good person too. Jargo, I stopped watching him after he stopped messing with tractors. It was okay. Cars kind of leave me cold. Maybe it's because every single day I watch these Lamborghinis and Ferraris and Jags and Rolls Royce roll in and out of the shop, and they just don't excite me anymore. But
the Farmall land auction is bringing crazy big money, Tim says.
Yeah.
And Outcast says somebody stole one on iron from our place in Dodge. Not sure how they loaded it. I'm sure the wheels were stuck. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Do tractors have VIN numbers? Is that a stupid question? Like how?
We have serial numbers.
And they have like titles and stuff?
No, see, and that's the thing.
So how do you prove if somebody steals it?
So the wheels and stuff are stuck. So I'm taking it was a non-runner, probably a parts tractor or something. Somebody stole it for scrap, which is why right now the scrap market's like $113 a ton here in Kansas. So, all that effort, they probably walked away with like $350. It wasn't worth it, but I guess it's a free $350. So that's just really screwed up.
I
So
would never work that hard for $350. I would never do that. Final. What is the rarest tractor you have ever had?
the rarest tractor I've ever had is I had a Graham Bradley that I had for a while, and I also had a gray. Now the gray, I didn't have the complete gray. I had the rear drum, the motor, the frame, and the cover, but I didn't have like the drive and there's a bunch of it missing. So and then
What was that little?
the leader, and I've shared the leader with you. I sold the leader to a guy I know really well, and he completely restored it. So if you're not a member of Crazy D's, the Crazy D member Facebook page, there's pictures of it on there, and he did a beautiful job restoring that leader.
Doug would like to know, Doc, what you have into tractor repair.
What got you into tractor repair?
Or what got you into tractor repair?
Got into tractor repair. I think it's just actually it's kind of I got into it because I realized how I spent a lot of time with Uncle Craig was tinkering with tractors and stuff.
It's how we've always spent most of our time together was me or Craig or someone dragged something home and you fixed it. So yeah. And we call him the Doc because he has 3 years at Beloit and 2 years at Hutch. So if he was getting a doctorate, he has enough college time. So that's why I nicknamed him the Doc. If you could get a doctorate in tractor repair, Daniel would have it.
Happy Christmas, Canada. Are you going to do some farm trucks in some of your videos?
Yeah, Uncle picked up a really interesting Chevy. I think we're going to do a video on it and stuff. Guys, I get really terrified to move away from tractors because every time I change genre just a tiny bit, like the farm trucks or the garden tractors, the views do terrible. And so it scares me to walk away from just doing tractors all the time and full-blown farm tractors because it just doesn't seem like you guys, like a lot of you guys want to watch that stuff, so I don't do it. It's like I really wanted to do a part 2 to top 10 garden tractors, but that video did so horrible and those take so much work that I was like, never mind.
Let's see here. I am not in FFA, but you were in FFA.
I was FFA.
And you were FFA too, right?
He was 4-H. I was in
Okay.
FFA. I was actually the president of my chapter.
I was in band.
Yeah, you were in band. I was in band for a while. And I played the tuba. And I did it all the way up to high school. And then I dropped out of band. But she was like the leader of the band, the whole kit and caboodle thing.
I was pretty awesome back in my high school days.
And Doc was just always Doc. Quiet and to himself. That's how he prefers it.
Let's see here. Okay. All right. Are you going to hit any good of the? Do you have any end of the year auctions coming up?
No, I don't. I'm watching a thorough auction online. There's a bunch of interesting stuff on it. And really the lot stopped for spring. And I got a bunch of stuff out at Joe's I got to bring up, and I really don't need to purchase anything right now. So I'm just going to ride out to the end of the year. That's me playing with this drawer.
What do you think is the best antique pulling tractor, brand or model?
There's a lot of good of them.
What's your favorite, Doc? Let's let Dean know.
Okay, sis. This is making me be nice
You
to you
know,
like always.
I'm very partial to Massey Ferris tractors, so.
55 diesel.
Or the 555 would be the
You know,
Is that what you like working on the best? What do you like working on the most?
Really,
There's a
international tractors are my favorite ones to work on. I think some of it is that I think they just lean a little kind of integrated some of the automotive side of things. Like they have timing marks and timing pins and stuff like you would on a vehicle or a car. So,
Okay.
there's a
Okay, Bestie and history. Do you buy from eBay?
I do buy some stuff from eBay. What's above it there? Are you?
Hold on. Are you gonna hit any of the good? That we already said that. What do you think's the best? Are you gonna start dealing in more construction equipment as well? Which does Doc prefer working on?
Well, the doc won't touch the construction equipment with a 30-foot pole, or without standing by a bulldozer for 20 minutes screaming at me about how sucky it was to get into a hose.
That's
So,
mean.
well, he was mad at me, but I just if it comes in, yeah,
He hates construction.
hates the construction equipment, but it's coming in. So,
Do you?
hey, what's the oldest motor that you've ever worked on, Doc?
That's a good question.
Okay.
Oldest one, I'm gonna have to say, I think, was that 2 we worked on.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
You've done older because you've worked on my L's and the C's, and those were the 30s.
Yeah, it's pretty.
You helped me get
Well, my F-20 was just barely.
Yeah, you had an early F-20. So
out of the 20s.
Yeah, just out of the 20s. So
I guess that would be it.
Do you have any collector friends that would let you tour their collections? That would make a neat way to change up content without straying from the genre. Good one.
that is true. I do, and I've been talking to some of my friends about possibly doing that. So yeah.
Can you recite the FFA creed?
Not anymore.
I pledge allegiance to the FFA.
No, that's not how it goes. Not anymore.
Let's see. Do you buy from eBay? Did you answer that?
Yes, I do. I do buy. Well, I don't buy tractors, but I'll buy parts and stuff from eBay. So.
Somebody said it was supposed to snow tomorrow, but I think that's going to be Sunday.
What's this one for Doc?
Oh, that's just a comment. I'm not sure what that refers to, though.
Let's go back up here a little bit, see if we missed any comments. So we back.
What's the rarest tractor you've ever had? Did we answer that?
We did that one, yes. So while we're looking for some more comments, I'm going to ask a question from you guys and tell me what you think. So, with the changes in the channel, have you guys noticed anything, or do you guys, or anything in the editing process that you'd like us to start doing or stop doing? The way we edit the videos, and then also, like I told you, and also let you guys know, remind you guys, we're going to start with the live streams for the member of the channel. If you guys become a member, we're going to set the camera and stuff up and live stream as Doc's working on stuff, and we're working on some of these project tractors, me and him. So you guys will be right there, just part of the process with us, and that's going to be just for members of the channel. So I got some really cool stuff coming up. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers. That means here pretty soon there will be merchandise for you guys. We'll be going through Teespring like all the other guys do. What else, Doc? Like I said, I do got some pretty interesting. We got a couple really cool things that have come in that I can't wait to share with you. So there's a new one right there.
Hold on, there's a whole bunch of new ones. I gotta go down. How come this computer is? Oh, that was me. Okay.
We'll start with David. That's where we. That
I
right
know, I'm
there.
reading it. That video you're talking about the tractors you lost me on. Great content. Whose truck is that on the wall?
Oh, the frame picture, that is something that is a Rambler that Mrs. Wizard took a picture of out in the junkyard and then edited a little bit and framed it and put it up there. It's pretty cool.
Have you ever filmed a tractor pull?
We haven't yet, but I'm planning on it. What's this here? Oh, okay. All right. Catching up, guys. Sorry.
Have you ever filmed a tractor pull?
Nope, but I need to. Good Mr. Goodblars. I want to do that. And if I could get one of my pulling tractors going, that would be even better.
Okay, how come you don't have or have had many John Deere tractors?
Because I steer away from them, just
Why?
because everybody has them. So I kind of stay away. Nothing personal against them or anything. I mean, they're not my color, but I just don't get a lot of them on. We did the 60 video, which wasn't very good because that day just went really bad for me and Doc. But I'm going to do an update on it about it running and some of the issues that we hit on that John Deere 60. It's just I don't get a lot of John Deeres in. I don't got a lot of John Deeres on the lot. I just nothing against them. I guess we did that 30-20 or 30-10. So
Interrupt you real quick. Honestly, with the John Deere's, correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of it is they hold their value in our area very, very,
very well.
I mean, the
So
one
I
of the auction
don't.
videos we did that was on style, was it a B?
Well, even
It sold for like 25, 20.
that last auction video I did, it was a 25-30.
Yeah.
25-30 John Deere. The clutch was out, the hydraulic system didn't work, and the thing still brought almost 10 grand. And that's just absolutely ridiculous. Just ridiculous for a tractor in that poor of shape.
Yeah, that's about resale for our area.
Okay, I've got to cut you guys off.
Mm-hmm.
How do you become a member of the channel, Dave?
If you go to the actual channel on YouTube, below it, it should say join. You click on that and it should take you in. And from there, YouTube will walk you through it.
And Robert, you're welcome. One more question. Do you know any tractor models known for high fuel consumption relative to their size, such as the I-19 gas and IH-1026 hydro?
As a fuel consumption compared to their size?
Any tractor models known for high fuel consumption relative to their size?
LKs. Grandpa's always talked about how they could run the John Deere D all day, and the neighbor across the road at the LKs could run it for about till lunch and then had to fill it again. What else, Dan? I know there's so many of them that
I know it's just my brain's just not grabbing.
Yeah, I know of others, but I just can't think of them right now.
Do you work on other people's tractors for them?
That be you, Doc.
Yeah, I do some outside of helping Dave, but mostly it's working on stuff for the lot is mainly what I'm
keeps you pretty busy anyway. So.
Yeah.
All-American Dream Chaser is trying to become best friend because they're having biscuits and gravy for breakfast tomorrow morning.
Oh.
Where do you live? Because biscuits and gravy is my favorite. John Deere's are too expensive. Yeah. Love a video. Mauricio wants a video about the tractor pulling competitions. They only have, they don't have them where he lives. How come the AC 170 wasn't on the list? Are you new to tractors?
No, all those tractors are voted on by subscribers of the channel. It was put up for vote, and they did not pick it, so that's why it did not end up on the list. That's how all the top 10 videos go. You guys as subscribers get to vote, get to pick the tractors. pick the order that they come out in the top 10. So a lot of times the tractors, there's been many tractors I thought deserved to be on the list, got knocked off the list. So it's all picked by you guys.
Let's see. Could you do a documentary on the Ford Jubilee?
Yeah, if we ever get a good Ford Jubilee in, I definitely will do. We'll definitely go over the Jubilee for sure.
I'm gonna make a note of that.
Mm-hmm.
Case 310. What fluid goes in the transmission and rear end?
What do we run back there, Doc? Because I'm not for sure off the top of my head.
Unfortunately, I'm not sure either.
Message me on the to the actual channel, and I'll get that looked up because actually I have a book on them, so I just need to look it up. I'm not for sure what it is exact off the top of my head.
John Deere is more than a brand, it's a religion.
For a lot of people, it is.
Are 8N Fords all over the place where we are here in Mass? They're everywhere. Hello to Mass.
They are here. Remember, I think they hold the record of the highest production tractor in history. I think falls really close by the little Ferguson TE20. You know, they built over 500,000 of those, and I think there was like some 800,000 8-in, 9-in, 2-ins. So, yeah, they're everywhere. They are the cockroach of tractors.
Let's see. Video tractor pull. Did they do the tractor pull this year?
No, COVID.
Yeah, I thought they
Most things.
probably didn't. Merry Christmas, Eric. Good night.
Good night. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Any other questions, guys? We are pushing 37 minutes of live stream, uninterrupted, no breakdowns. Okay, maybe one.
Does Ford make anything but cars these days?
I'll see. Ford Tractors is now New Holland Tractors, and they're owned by
Case.
Are they owned by CH? That's right.
Yeah.
I think just vehicles. Yeah, they just make vehicles. I don't think they got their fingers in anything else anymore. So yeah, I think that's it.
As members, can we get more Ford 8-in, 9-in videos?
As 8-in, 9-ins, Fords come in, definitely. I will definitely do more of those videos. You guys, you know, there's they're pretty common. I do get a lot of them. I just haven't been messing with them recently. We've been trying to expand the lot in other directions, but definitely as 8-in, 9-ins come in, for sure.
What if everybody just wanted to donate one to you?
Well, if anybody wants to donate tractors, I will definitely take them. So
tractor donations.
And talking about that real quick, at some point here in the future, we haven't decided if it's going to be at the 10,000 point or the 20,000 point. I am going to raffle a tractor off to members of the channel. So it's just something that we are seriously thinking about doing. So, and I have one I'm actually kind of got an eye on. I think about doing it. So, but anyways, I interrupted you. So,
Me?
yeah.
Oh.
You were getting ready to say, okay, I thought you were getting ready to say something. So Ford and New Hollands are, yeah, they are down there in Amish country, big time. So I'm glad you enjoy the mechanic videos. We try, guys. We try to keep it honest and straight, exactly how it's actually going. We don't go to work and get the tractor running and then act like we just got it running for the first time. We fall on our face. You guys get to watch that. We don't hide any of that. So Danny gets electrocuted. I definitely make sure I get that on film because it's funny. But
that was terrible.
So I mean that's just how it goes. So.
Any latest Moline purchases?
I'm looking at one, and that may be the one we raffle, but we'll see what happens. I don't get a lot of minis. And I finally got to do an Oliver video after a year of this channel going. I finally got my my hands on my first Oliver in a long time, and I'd like to do a mini video on a Minneapolis, but I haven't picked up anything in a while. I was looking at an M5, and Doc threw a wrench at me, so he has a really bad experience with an M5 Mini, so. He's just like, no more. Don't you dare. So
Why?
I'm not fond of having to use propane tractors.
yeah, he's not a propane tractor. And
Did it explode?
no, he bought a tractor out of spite one time, and it ended up to be the biggest piece of junk he ever bought. And then the next auction, he'll explain to you later.
Okay.
So, but yeah.
It'd be cool if you raffled the diesel Molines you have, but they're big and hard to load and haul.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Can we get a video of Crazy D and Doc arm wrestling?
No.
I think that's a great idea.
No.
Why?
No, because I don't want to embarrass Daniel. But anyways.
I think you would probably
You feel like the pull-off video.
The pull-off video where you did whoop me in the pull-off video, I admit it.
I'm a pretty good arm wrestler too.
Mm-hmm.
You could arm wrestle me. Your mom told on you.
Yeah.
She said because Mom said don't buy any tractors, so he did it just for spite. I have never bought a tractor to spite my mother. I'm gonna put it out there. Like I've never done that. It says
the 1155 Massey Ferguson is a really, really good tractor. I don't know if it made it on the top 10 list, but if it didn't, it should have.
I voted like 4 times for it.
Oh,
twice.
You can only vote once. You can't cheat.
I voted on Mom and Dad's, and I voted on.
Do you want to arm wrestle me? Because you'll probably win.
He doesn't want to be beaten.
Nobody wants to arm wrestle me.
Nobody wants to arm wrestle today. So
that's messed up.
That is messed up. Anyways. Yeah, whatever.
I know. It's like the cartoons where your muscle hangs down on the flap of your arm instead.
I don't.
Kurt, what do you mean?
Yeah, Kurt, what are you talking about? I'm confused there, my friend. I'm gonna regret later drinking all that.
I need to pee.
I said I'm going to regret it later.
Oh.
But anyways, guys, any other questions? Anything else? So, but guys, did the 1155 Massey make it on the top 10 list? So.
Any Copenhagen Chris Ledoux fans out in Kansas?
I used to listen to Copenhagen over and over again when I was in high school, but I not so much anymore. My taste in music has definitely changed from back in the day. So I barely listen to country anymore.
Is that Chris Ledoux? What was I'm trying to think of. Is that Garth Brooks' fake name? What was Garth Brooks' fake name?
Chris Gaines.
Gaines.
And I think I had that CD.
Oh, no, you didn't. Your mom's trying to get people to fight me. She goes, oh.
What is Mom up to? Mom, stop.
I don't know.
It's late. Go to bed.
It's late. Did you get your dozer sold?
No, I didn't. It is still on the lot. The price has come down a little bit, but Joe kind of helped. Joe's kind of part of the bankroll on that one. We spent a lot of money that day, so I kind of leaning on Joe where we can price it. So it's not exactly where I'd price it, but we'll get it moved. We'll definitely get it moved.
Kurt is talking about the Facebook post of some Molines in a barn.
That lady did not want. That was a mess. I'm just going to leave it as that was a mess. So I looked at that stuff. It was she was wanting to get rid of a bunch of stuff, and it was the deal was a handshake deal. It was all pulled together. It was supposed to happen, and then she changed her mind. And then she'd call me back and, well, maybe we'll go ahead and do it. And then she changed her mind, and I just walked away. I wasn't going to deal with that anymore. So no, I did not end up with those.
Mr. Good Pliers wants you to sing Big Green Tractor, except for case named.
No, Tim, no.
Dude, your tractor's sexy.
No.
Do you think a David Brown 1200 is a good tractor?
And in my personal experience, I think they are a very good tractor. Here in the States, though, they're getting really hard to get parts for. All of a sudden, you're going to have to get everything you're going to pretty much get. It's going to be internet. And you're going to be planning on waiting for.
Let's see. Oh, American Dream Chaser. Who's your favorite country bands? You don't really like.
I'm not really much of a country person.
Bands. I mean, you like the older country.
I mean, like I used to be like a huge fan of like Alabama and back in high school.
Age.
Yeah, I know. I liked Jason Aldean for a while. I don't like him anymore.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. Ford 3600 is under top 10 list. What's your opinion?
The Ford what?
3600 is under the top 10 list. What's your opinion?
Well, I'm not for sure. I've never actually run one in person, but I've sold a couple and everyone I've ever sold, the person was happy with. So I guess they're a pretty damn good tractor. So.
What are your thoughts on a Farmall 140?
It's a really good tractor, and it's hard to find in this area. So if you find it, nab onto it. And I mean, they're just basically a Farmall B or C, Super C, that with all the options that you wish the old version had.
Who's your favorite country bands? Okay, I like Old Dominion. I really do. I like Old Dominion. I'm not gonna sing. No, that's not gonna happen. Nobody will be on your channel ever anymore. Do you think iron going up will affect your ability to get deals for resale?
It will, but it won't stop me. So I have other outlets.
And Doc, what do you listen to when you're wrenching on tractors?
AC/DC.
Lady Gaga, Katy Perry.
No, actually, I kind of listen to like the soft rocks from like the 90s.
I like that too.
Yeah. Actually, a lot of time, Doc, look back there. It'll. All I need is flashing lights and a spinning ball. It's like a disco as he's back there working on tractors.
Who's that one chick that you like that I can't stand?
Shakira.
Okay.
And there's a whole long story.
So go ahead and keep talking crap.
Yeah.
Big case tractor. We're gonna have to write some lyrics. That's what we should do.
Well,
we should make
all the vehicle.
All the cool YouTube people have.
In the vehicle, I sing big. Was it Jason Aldean sung Big Green Tractor? I sing Big Orange Tractor, so it works. It could be Case or Alice, so whatever, or a really big Kubota. So, anyways. All right, guys, let's see what we got here.
What do we do for fun?
Who sent? Someone sent me a shirt.
You're looking at it.
Yeah, you look at it. This is it. Yeah,
Grandma got ran over by a reindeer.
I ain't singing. Who wants to stop? We're not singing. We're just not going to sing.
I would sing that.
Mm-hmm. One of you guys, I don't know who it was because it came anonymous, but sent me the shirt. What do I do with my spare time? I think about tractors. I research tractors. I talk about tractors. That's pretty much me. And Doc pretty much too.
Yeah.
Doc's kind of a jack of all trades. He has been helping me do a bunch of remodeling on the house, and he's good at that. Doc also has livestock, and he raises chickens, and he does all kinds of stuff. So he's not as tractor-centric as I am. No, I am not singing a Shakira song. Somebody thinks that was funny.
It's happened before. Is the Fergie any further along? Secret live stream update.
It's sputting a little bit better. Doc figured out we need points. He just thinks the points are bad because it'll run and die, and it runs real rough. And he says that the points in the condenser, yeah.
I think the condenser's getting too warm, and of course it breaks a break in there, and we lose sparks. So get those parts coming.
We're gonna keep. I don't know how many more like total videos on the Fergie we're gonna do. We'll definitely keep you updated on the Fergie, but the last videos on the Fergie haven't done great, so we might not do whole entire videos on the Fergie.
When I first saw that, it was right after somebody put something about Shakira, and I thought they were talking about Fergie, and I was like, oh. Which is better, INT power shift or MF multi-power?
Doc, I'm going to throw that to you.
Honestly, it's kind of one of those things that depends on your preference, really, because they're both pretty good transmissions.
Have you ever worked on any tractors with a regeneration emissions setup?
I don't think we've ever had it.
School.
Just when he was in college.
Yeah.
So yeah, Doc says just when he was in college, and I never get anything that new on the lot. So.
Have you ever been in a tractor racing festival?
I have watched the garden tractor racing, but that's I've never actually been part of it. You know, I know Junior Mint really wanted to get into garden tractor pulling at one time before he decided he was a teenager and everything that used to be cool is no longer cool. So.
Will you sing for channel members?
No.
Oh, that's kind of lame. Okay. So Dave and I met, let me think about this. 19. So I was 19.
You were 18.
I was 18.
It's been 1,000 years now.
Yeah, it's been 1,000 years. So we met 22 years. Is that right?
Or more.
So we met 20 years ago at Spear's Restaurant in Newton, Kansas, when it was in the old mill. And I lived about an hour away, so I would just stay in town in Newton when I had to work all weekend. And Dave and I became really good friends, and we've been friends and roommates, and we've helped each other raise each other's kids and all that. So I guess I'm just the annoying friend that never goes away.
Sis, like I said,
yeah,
sister.
Yeah.
Everything she's a sister in every way but blood. So
yeah.
But anyhow.
And I'm also one of the coolest people you know. I am. Cool. I remember you saying lots of car brands have roots with tractors. Does Rolls or Bentley ever have a tractor?
Rolls or Bentley never have, to my knowledge. Now, if you watch that video, there's a couple times I thought they didn't. Like I never thought Alfa Romeo built tractors, but they did. They built tractors. But I do know that Rolls built a lot of motors that ended up all kinds of places. So there's a very good chance that they possibly ended up in agricultural machinery somewhere. So,
what are your thoughts on the right to repair movement?
I think farmers should be able to repair their machinery, and I think these guys suing John Deere right now are doing the right thing. And I think people with the automotive world should do the same thing, because there's a lot of cars that come through this shop and that we can't service for the customer because the software is not shared. So
they do that on tractors too?
Yeah, they do that on tractors too.
Oh, dang.
And that's a huge deal right now. And I think that software and that technology should be shared with, if you're going to pay $400,000 for a brand new John Deere tractor, you should be able to have the right to repair it.
Oh my God.
I mean, if your combine breaks down in the middle of harvest and you have to wait till 2 Thursdays from now for the repairman to get out to repair it, how much money did that just cost you, especially in wheat harvest where you're on a time?
I agree.
And I feel it's not fair to even like me as a independent mechanic. I should have the right to have that software as well. I
Now,
feel about it.
Right. I agree.
You guys know Keating, John Deere and equipment we have ties to, and we do some things for Keating. And our aunt is the head of warranty work and stuff there. And our uncle runs the part department there at Keating, Sharon Scott.
Sharon Scott. Okay.
And we've had very heated Thanksgiving conversations about this. We always make the rule: no politics at the table, no religion at the table. But somehow this comes up, and it's just as heated as those other two subjects. So, or maybe even a little more, like the doc said. Yeah.
Hackers will make a way to get past it, but a regular mechanic ain't a hacker.
Very true. That is very, very true. You know, it's not fair, and it's definitely not something that I'll just guys give you an example. I know this isn't tractor related, but we had a Dodge Charger come in here, and it's TMP something thingy went out. We could get the guy the box to get it fixed, but we couldn't program it. So he had to go to the dealership. We could have probably done the whole job for $1,000 for him. The dealership is going to do it. They're charging him $4,800 for the job.
That's stupid. They shouldn't do people like that. What if you buy $8,000 worth of what's gray market tractor? What if you buy $8,000 worth of gray market tractor, not knowing there was such a thing as a gray market tractor? I don't know that. Do I have a right to fix that?
Now you do. There was a time and a frame where the dealerships and stuff wouldn't share. Wouldn't give you. They wouldn't order you parts or wouldn't do you anything for. But since there's been some changes in the rules and stuff, so you can repair that tractor and stuff. So yeah, no problem nowadays.
TPMS sensor?
I'm probably not saying it right. It was like, and I think I cleaned up my paperwork from calling and talking to him, but it's basically one of 6 computers in the car now.
DEF sensor goes out and tractor has to be towed to the dealership. $2,000 just for the tow.
Yep. And then probably.
Oh, hi, Green Bean. Green Bean's about to be 12 on Tuesday and has a Ford 8N and 9N. Well, happy early birthday.
Very good, kiddo. And
2 tractors already?
Right. That's awesome, man. That's very cool.
Yeah. Do people name their tractors? People name their cars. Do people name their tractors?
I've had tractors their name. I had an LA case that we called the Prairie Dog Special because it came out of Western Kansas, and the field that I got it out of was in the middle of a prairie dog.
Did you kill a lot of prairie?
No. We dragged it out of there, and I just called it the Prairie Dog Special from that point on. So the Navigator's doing good. I'm ready for a pickup truck, but the Navigator's doing good. So
Merry Tractor Christmas, Canada.
Very cool, man.
Is that PEI Prince Edward Island?
I think that's what it is. Is that what it is? Let us know if we're right there. So, but all right, guys.
If it's Prince Edward Island, you owe me a piece of pizza from Casey's.
Oh, well, crap then.
Yeah, I know.
I hope it's not.
Come on, Prince Edward Island.
And don't lie just to make it right.
Noel, let me know, Prince Edward Island. Woo woo, pizza.
Yes, it is. Prove it. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I can't believe that $2,000. Like, that's something I've never seen. I've never seen a tractor towed.
Well, they send a semi-truck guy out to come get it. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When a neighbor was telling me it would cost them $180 for them to come out and look at per hour for them to look at a tractor, and they charged him like $80 per mile that they traveled to and from.
That's not right. You know,
Yeah.
farmers have a very small margin as it is anyways.
Yeah.
You know, let's see. Oh, goodness.
The green truck is dead.
What's your all-time favorite mower?
Riding mower or garden tractor. I've never had, but I've always wanted a Case 444. I had a Colt at one time, but I never had a 444, and I've always wanted one. Doc, you still want a Massey 16, don't you?
Riding mower is what Green Bean wants to know.
Yeah, Green Bean. A Case 444 is one I've always kind of wanted to have. My holy grail is a David Bradley tri-track, and I have never got my hands on one.
Do we have any big plans for Christmas? Well, actually, we do.
Yeah.
Santa Claus is coming to my house, and then we're going to have a great big dinner.
Yeah,
and I'm going
to
cook for 2 days, and it's going to be fantastic because I'm a good cook too. But we're not going anywhere. I am a good cook. You eat my food and take the leftovers. I don't leave tuna out of tuna casserole. Yes, we can have a members party at Dave's place sometime. Do you personally know All American Dream Chaser?
No, I don't.
Okay, we're getting ready to meet some new people. Mm-hmm. Party at Dave's. What engine's in the Navigator?
You know, I don't know off the top of my head. You'd have to ask Junior Mint because I make him do all the services and repairs and stuff. So.
Yes, Dave can be my little helper. Let's see. What engine? I don't recall. Did you sell the big monster 4-wheel drive tractor you picked up for cheap, $3,000, and drove it back to the shop?
Supposedly, I'm supposed to be a cashier check on its way to hold it, and a gentleman's supposed to be coming down sometime right after Christmas from Wisconsin to pick it up to take it up there. Supposedly, he sent that check last Thursday. I haven't received it yet. I'm going to give him
checks in the mail.
I'm going to give him a couple more days, contact him. If not, it's going back up for sale. And I got about 5 guys that are like waiting to hear if it went up for sale or not. So we'll see.
Merry Tractor Christmas, Canada. You have a lot of Canadian viewers. That's cool.
It's the second largest market where
it's probably a 5.4 in the Navigator.
You're probably right. You're probably right.
Ooh, Green Bean also has a 1996 Service Star riding mower, and I think it's a 2010 JD 110.
Very awesome. Very awesome. So he has his 1948 Alice. He called the what? I can't see it.
Gertrude. And the MF 150.
Massey Ferguson.
The MF 150 is Karen.
That's. We have scoops. You guys have seen the video on that. The W5 wheel loaders, nicknamed scoops. We had the little honeybee that was called Funky.
I've never named my vehicles. I just my friends do.
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm trying to think any others, but I get nothing else to come to mind on that one. So, but
I can bring up a truckload of mesquite wood. We can barbecue and party at Crazy D's. Well, since my kids think that you live in a mansion, then we can. We can come over. Yeah, we can come over to your place and have a party.
I think so.
Barbecue sounds good,
that
too.
That actually does.
Maybe I want barbecue instead of pizza.
You're going to be hard-pressed for that one.
Case 446 and Snow Thrower about a month ago.
See, and that's another one that would be, that would be good, a 444 either way. I just never got my hands on one, so. You need a snow plow.
Green Bean, what are you going to do with a snow plow? Are you going to start your own business?
I never have that,
That would be really good business, though.
That would be. Guys, we're getting into a little over an hour here, so here pretty soon we're probably going to get to the wrapping it up point of this, but
You should dress as Santa and drive around Wichita on a tractor delivering gifts to the needy. You'll get 1 million views.
that's not a bad idea.
That isn't. We could
Outcast
put
projects. I've been thinking
Rudy
about
could be
that.
our reindeer. He'd be a good reindeer. He's like a horse.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a good idea.
That's not a bad idea. Tequila, seriously.
I have
Yeah.
to be an elf. I guess I am short and my ears are kind of pointy.
Yeah. Actually, when I was looking at these, I almost got you elf, like an elf thing, and I thought, no, she'd kill me. So
I'd wear it. I'd wear a stupid red nose
Yeah.
too if you made me.
I know.
That's a good idea to plow driveways.
That'll do the trick for you.
Wondering what happened in my life that led me to you guys in Kansas for Maine. That is really cool. I like talking to people that are, from everywhere.
The other day, guys, I had a guy call me to talk to Crazy D from Ireland, which I thought was really interesting.
Did he have an accent?
Yeah, he had the thick Irish accent. And a while back here, I had a guy that was visiting with his wife was from America, and they were visiting, and they were passing through Kansas. So he stopped in here, and he was from Scotland. And I had to, and I watch a lot of BBC and stuff, and I think I know these things,
All American Dream Chaser.
And he's talking to me in this thick Scottish accent, and I had to struggle so hard to understand what he was saying. He smiled and shook his hand and said, "Oh yeah, really? Wow!" And basically was it. Yeah.
Was he wearing a kilt?
No, he wasn't wearing a kilt.
It'd be way cooler if he
That
was.
yeah. What am I
I need an AC 170 radiator. You guys make a cute couple. You should get married. Okay, so
brother and sister, basically.
Brother and sister, best friends forever and ever and ever, but not married.
Not married.
I mean, I love you and all, but not like that.
There's a salvage yard down in this area in Kansas called Mike's Machinery. They're in the phone book. They're in not Burton, Buhler, Kansas. I know they got several 170s out that they might have you a good radiator. I'd give them a haul, and they will ship to you. So.
Ew. All American
It's
Dream
illegal in
Chaser.
Kentucky.
I'm done with you.
Okay, done with you, buddy. But
yeah.
What's some nice one here? Yes.
That would be cool. But I don't think Jonathan Davis is actually Scottish. I think he just wore the kilt for the the one factor, like the freak
247.
factor.
Glad you made it. Yeah.
Where are good places to buy Farm Mall F20 parts?
Yesterday Tractors, Steiner Tractors. There's a lot of them on eBay. Daniel, you're the last one to work on one.
Where do you buy all my parts?
Well, I've got most of them from those areas. So those are where I've always got them from. So, and then I got a buddy, and he has a channel, and I forget what it's called. He's just getting started, but he collects all pre 1940 international tractors, and he has like a barn full of parts. So I've got a lot from him too.
You want to go first? How many kids do you have, and how old are they? Well, do you remember how old your kids are?
Yeah, so my oldest is Dakota, and he is 23. Then Junior Mint from the channel and from the Wizard channel. He's 18. And then her kids, there is Lainey, who is now 8.
Yes. Well, she's almost 9.
She'll be 9 too. Joe is 6.
Joseph is 7 and a half.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
He just thinks he is.
No, okay. So I have three. My oldest son just turned 17. My daughter is going to be 9 on the 27th, and my youngest son is 7. So I kind of have a spread.
And then the doc, he has some dogs and some chickens and a cat. And he's happy that way, and will always stay.
Okay. What are your thoughts on the girl from tractorrepair.com? She knows a lot about tractors.
What are their channels called? She gives good advice. I've watched a couple of them. She does good advice. No, the Oliver's not sold yet. 3,500 and it's yours. Doc still hasn't fixed the belt yet, though.
They said, look at Richard Aiken, Old Farm Junk for F20 parts. Look up Old Farm Junk on YouTube. He's in Ohio.
He'll ship, and he's a really cool guy. He's called me like a couple times, and we just talked on the phone. He's a cool guy. So,
what's your favorite tractor for sale currently?
On the lot? My favorite tractor we have on the lot right now for sale is that Case 830, and if I didn't need to put it on the lot, it would go home to my collection. Pretty much, huh, Dan? So, I am, and then the next would be the David Brown that the doc's working on. So, yeah, that would be a good place too, the gentleman in Pennsylvania. So, too, but.
Do you ship brush hogs?
I don't put together the shipping. If you guys can find a way to get it shipped to you, yeah, I'll sell you a bush hog. We can work something out. I will definitely load the truck up and everything here, but I found in the early days of doing this, of arranging everybody's shipping when they're buying long distance, doesn't pan out, and it's quite a headache. So, but if you can find the shipping, I will definitely get all the information, load the truck, and send you everything you need to do so you can send the payment so we can make that happen.
Am I a farm or a city girl? Well,
you grew up in the country, but you are a city girl.
Yeah, but I never wanted to be here that long.
Yeah.
So I grew up out in the sticks, outside of Wichita, and then I moved to the city the day I turned 18, actually. And then I've lived in the city ever since, but I would love to make it back out to the country. So I think I'm a country girl. I'm a country girl at heart.
Move out in the country as long as Starbucks is not more than a 20-minute drive away.
That's true. Yeah. I got to be within 20 minutes of the Starbucks. Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. That makes me kind of sound snobby. I'm not a snob. I can only afford one Starbucks a month. What's the cheapest tractor on the lot?
The Oliver right now at $3,500. That could be yours.
David says, thanks for the good information. Wish he was closer so the Wizard could service the Bentley. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, guys. So, okay, we answered the green beans question. That's pretty much right, Outcast. Yeah. We talked. Actually, I had to cut him short because it was in business hours. So, yeah.
Do you accept trades?
I do accept trades. I tell you what, if you go to I think I got all the equipment up. I might be behind, but on Omega Ag, the page, I have this massively heavy-duty built blade that came in on trade, and it came with. The guy bought an 8-in Ford, and it came with an 8-in Ford, and he bought another blade for me because that wouldn't handle it. You know, max weight is about 500 pounds on the lift of an 8-in Ford. When my dad helps Daniel get all the equipment ready, when Dad moved it with the forklift, we kind of figured out that thing weighs 1,000 pounds. It's an 8-foot blade, homemade built. It is extremely overbuilt. But I do a lot of trade-ins. Yeah, I'll take trade-ins on it stuff. So
does the price go up on the Oliver if Doc fixes the belt?
Actually, it depends on which way you want us to fix the belt. If you want them to pull the loader off and put a proper belt on, yes, the price will go up. But if you let us put on the little belt that, according to the comments, that guy's like, I've had one on my tractor for 20 years and it's still working. Put that belt on. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't raise the price any.
Doc? What are you working on at your place right now?
Yeah.
Well,
You finished the H. What's your next project?
I'm kind of trying to finish the 601 that frustrates the snot out of me.
Well,
But
I've been trying to finish that 601 for a long time now. You get so far, you get it fixed, it breaks, you fix it, it breaks, it fixes it, it breaks. I'm about ready to, Grandpa always told the old story about when he was in the Army, about the tank or the dozer they couldn't keep running when he was a Corps Army engineer, and they drove it off a cliff and then rode it off, lost in battle damage, even though they were stationed on Guam, not actually in Korea.
Yeah.
That's about what's going to happen to that 601 if we can't get it figured out soon.
What's your favorite on the N series?
My favorite on the N series, my favorite part would probably be the funk conversions, the 6 or the 8 funk conversion 8 N series tractors, and that's the ones where they put either the Ford V8 in it or the Ford straight 6. And before any of you ask why I haven't done any more videos on my funk conversion, I handed it off to a very good friend of mine. He's going to completely restore it. I just didn't have time to keep working on it. I mean, after Angie changed the oil, that was probably about the last thing done to it. So he's completely restoring it from one end to the other, and I'll get it. We'll do a couple videos when he's done, but he kind of works at his leisure on it, so it may be quite a while.
Do we have any other hobbies?
I don't. Like I said, I eat, breathe, sleep tractors. That's what I do all the time. And Doc, I mean, besides his livestock, so.
I like to read.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of boring.
Yeah.
I guess I don't have any real cool hobbies.
Yeah.
What's the proper air pressure on the Ford 8N 9N?
Doc, we always ran about 30 pounds of pressure in the back tires, right?
Yeah.
So I would say probably in there. It depends on what you're going to be doing with it. How do you want your tires to squat and spread and bite or not? The next top 10 video, I'm going to get started back on those again. I think I'm thinking of 3. I'm thinking of either doing a top 10 Massey Harris, because I haven't done Massey Harris yet, or I'm thinking of top 10 vintage combines. There's another one, but I was starting to do some research for that one, and I cannot find any good that gave me proper information. So the top 10 videos have always been plagued by incorrect information in places, and not on purpose. I thought everything was 100%. I triple and double check, but I have made mistakes in the past, and I'm willing to admit that I've got stuff wrong. But it's just finding places that have the good information. So if I can do that, I can do that video. So the combines might be one to be hard to do. I'm also wanting to do a 10 of the best one-hit wonders. Not really so much of a top 10, but something like that, of tractor companies that they just built one model and that was it. They came and gone, So I haven't, and that takes a lot of research. And those tractors, there's going to be very hard to get information on the companies and stuff. So, but yeah, they all take a lot of work. They take me a month to do before they make it out.
Are your chickens for eggs or for meat?
They're all 8-laying chickens.
My dad has a rooster in his front yard in the city. It's a stray chicken. I'm not lying. It's for real. What do you have for attachments on the lot?
I could not list it all right now. Go to Omega Ag Sales on Facebook, and if there's something particular you're looking for, message me through that, and I will get with you, and we can go over all the equipment that's on the lot. That's something that you may need. But right now, I've made the mistake of letting the stock slip in the winter, and then I never get it built up fast enough come spring. So we are super stocked right now for spring, and we're actually going to be doing a winter sale video here for you guys pretty soon. So just pay attention for that one. It'll be coming out real soon. I'll walk the lot and give you the prices on everything that's on the lot right now. So
24/7 Live says, I've got a Farmall 560 gas, and you told me a lot of good info. How much land do you guys have? I have 2.5 acres out in the country, and then my house in the city.
And what we have left of the family farm used to be about 300, 400 acres. The 1980s were very rough on us, and we're about 80, 90 acres left right now, if you count ground and pasture, et cetera, et cetera. So
that's rented.
And not counted rented, but yeah.
Happy holidays, Skyline. Is water okay to put in tires? I hear some people use antifreeze, and then you have a response that says water's okay as long as you're in a no-freeze climate.
Yeah, and don't do the calcium or stuff. It's fine at first, but eventually it's going to eat your rims, and it's a pain in the ass. Just don't mess with that. They are making some new stuff, and I forget what it's called. I will look it up.
I can't think of what it's called, but it's like made from byproducts of like sugar beets or something like that.
That they're pumping into tires, and it doesn't eat the rim, and it won't freeze, and it's pretty awesome stuff.
Do you come across an Alice Chalmers WF?
I haven't come across one in a long time. I set up an auction for an old family friend of ours, and he had 2 of them that sold on auction, but that's been the last time I've seen one in a really long time.
You should do a giveaway sometime. Outcast Project says, what's on the lot videos are my favorite.
Well, we got one coming up here in the near future, so.
Windshield washer fluid also works, and the animals won't drink it if it leaks. Rim guard made of beet juice. Dry weights are the best. I'm guessing they're all talking about tires.
Yeah, all tire work, so. Very cool.
I'm learning stuff.
Yeah, I know.
I'll never use it. If I ever have a tractor, I'm just going to give it to you.
Yeah, I know. When you get the...
I don't know why I would ever need... You know what I do?
We try, guys.
I need, that's a good question. I can ask you. So that back lot over at the property in Belle Plaine?
Yeah.
The trees are overgrown. I mean, remember when they used to be tall enough to where you might be able to chop one down for like a Christmas tree for yourself or something, but and it's just an entire acre just full of trees. So I'm going to need something to bulldoze those down.
We need something like that track loader or something out there. We'll get something out there where it's gonna be a pretty hefty job to clean all that up. That's for sure. That is quite overgrown in trees.
What do you use though? Just like what do you use to knock?
Well, they've gotten
over?
to the point they're too big for coming with the skid steer and the deal for pulling trees. We're gonna need a full blown heavy duty bulldozer like that one on the lot, track hoe.
Can I borrow your bulldozer?
We might have to. Well, I need to take it to the farm and get the farm for when we reclaim the farm. Dozer time, yes, for sure.
Ooh, that's what I could learn how to drive next. I don't think you should let me drive a bulldozer.
No, we're not letting you drive a bulldozer.
I don't know what I want to do with this land. So the land's out. I kind of want to live there, honestly, because that's where we grew up. My parents, we lived in Wichita. And then my parents moved us out to Belle Plaine. I think I was probably like 5, 6, 7, 7 maybe. And then, of course, living out in the middle of nowhere, I wanted to move out to the big city as soon as I could. And now that we've gotten older, my parents moved off the property, and now it's my sister. My sister and I share it. So it's 2.5 acres, and probably half of it just has all these trees on there that I really want to get rid of because I'd like to put the house farther back. There's not a house on here right now. It's just a whole bunch of memories, really, is what it is. But I'd love to have a house with a basement, but it gets kind of expensive. I've looked into building my own house out there, but
Yeah.
I don't know. But I'd like to do something that I can do myself, you know. I just don't. I can't do a bulldozer myself.
Build a house.
Yeah, a house with a basement. There's a nice pond down the road and dirt roads and stuff, and you can see the stars, you know. I miss that. I miss that living in the city.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. All right, guys. So about 5 more minutes, and I think we're going to wrap this up. So, if you guys...
Yay! Crazy D pays for it for a Christmas gift. Yay! If you guys only knew how much. Okay, so Big Brother Dave does take care of little sis, especially when I have car emergencies, which happens a lot. So he does take care of me. So anybody else that wants to offer to bulldoze my trees for free? Let's see. Yeah, there's a septic out there already. I mean, it's ready. If I wanted to move a trailer home onto it, I could.
Yeah, an old D8 cat. Yeah, about $5,000. So yeah, that would work. So
A modular. Yeah, I've looked at the modulars too. The modulars are just in Kansas. The new ones are just about the same price as a house, so it's kind of hard to justify getting a modular.
No, we have never done a giveaway. We are going to do some in the future here. Now, also, we are going to do a tractor raffle here somewhere between 10 and I think earlier I said like 12 or 10 to 20K on subscribers. So me and Doc's just got to figure out which tractor and what. So, and then we are going to do some giveaways for some of the when we get the new merchandise going and stuff here really soon. So yeah, there will be giveaways, my friend. Well, thank you for coming in. Slow down on
the Red Bull. Do you drink a lot of Red Bull? You know?
I think he is though a Diet Pepsi or Pepsi One aholic.
Thanks, Noel. That's really sweet.
So,
barn dominium. What are those? Don't people do that? They put houses inside their pole barns, or
they build pole. Yeah,
and do some type of like insulation or whatever.
Yeah,
those are pretty cool. How would you get the giveaway to places that are far away?
Now, so the smaller stuff, definitely U.S. Postal Service mail. That's one of the things me and Doc's got to figure out how we're going to do something of the raffle tractor and somebody wins it in Canada. How are we going to get that to them? So this is something we got to do. We got to get figured out. And we just haven't quite figured out the details. So something we're working on. So, but anyways, guys, about 2 more minutes and I'm going to have to let you guys go. Call it a night, and Doc got to get back to the Ponderosa, and I got some things I got some paperwork I gotta get done.
I have absolutely
good you can do with paperwork, and I can sit here and pretend like I did it. So
never mind. I have big plans for this Friday night. I'm gonna get lit. Merry Christmas, Bill.
Thank you for coming in and watching them, David.
Thanks, Dave. We are in Kansas, Green Bean.
Yeah, we're in Kansas. Pretty much the middle of the state. We're in Newton. So if you look it up on the map, Georgia. We are 25 miles north of Wichita. Georgia.
Merry Christmas from Georgia. You too, BT. I'm kind of yelling like they can hear me.
Well, I know. It's okay. Well, it's like first one of these.
Hey, Georgia! Sorry, I feel stupid. That is far. Yeah, it's a long ways from Maine. Merry Christmas, Kelton. Yes, yes. Hopes for a better year next year.
Yep. Hope everything lays out. So, all right, guys. I think it's time for us to call it a live stream. Thank you all so very much for coming in and talking with us. Thank you guys for your great questions and all that stuff. And we will be putting out a bunch of new content, and like I said, guys, just message us through the channel or et cetera, and if you have any suggestions or ideas, we're more than glad to listen to you. If you haven't become a member, this is your chance. Go up into the channel and become a member. Like I said, we're going to try some new things for perks. And all right, David's from Topeka. He's not even that far away. I just noticed that. He's just up the road about 3 hours, but
there's a casino there too.
There is a casino there too. So otherwise, guys, we will see and talk with you throughout the year. It was great, and we'll see you next time.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas,
Happy
everything.
New Year.
Thank you, guys.